take a brief look at the state of the Houston Texans. Although I did see, Brian, you're a Cowboys fan, so we're gonna have to definitely have you on for another appearance on the show, and I can write a few Cowboys topics for sure.
Okay, cool.
So with the arrival of Stephon Diggs, that's definitely exciting here in Houston. Although I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how Nico Collins is going to perform. And a quote here that he told ESPN, he said he's trying to get 1,500 yards minimum, and that's what he's chasing. And CJ Stroud had mentioned when his number is called, he always makes a play. He's a generational talent. And he actually goes on to compare him to Andre Johnson, which, probably the best one of the best receivers the Texans have ever had.
Yeah.
So with Diggs drawing double or maybe triple coverage, Brian, do you think Collins is going to see more targets?
Yeah, because I mean, if they're gonna throw it to him, I feel like they're gonna put him in a situation that he's gonna have to catch. And I mean, who knows? It'll put him in a situation that it'll be easier to pick because they know who's going to go to. Because if they have a star player and they don't have many people behind them that can do the same as him or have the biggest, bigger name than him, I feel like it's all going to come down. Is he going to be able to catch the ball? I mean, he's probably done so in every other team, and he's probably got great yards in every other team. But with putting that much coverage on him, will he still be able to do what he needs to do for the team and the stats that he said he's quoted that he wants to make?
Yeah, what do you think, Myron?
No, yeah, definitely. Definitely with Diggs coming in, that gives Colin more shine, definitely more targets. 1,500, I'm not sure yet. We would definitely just have to see this upcoming season, but it's not impossible because, like I said, the Texans had a heck of a season last season, right, James? With Stroud, 4,000 yards. Yeah, they were unstoppable. Almost Super Bowl contestants. So we just got to see.
What do y'all think about the Andre Johnson comparison?
I don't feel he's there yet because, like I said, I feel like Andre was definitely a different beast back then. I feel like football in general was just more intense back then. So it would have been like most of the players that are playing now, I feel like they wouldn't have lasted in that era. So I don't think so yet.
What do you think, Brian?
I always hate when they do that, kind of like compare the news to the olds, because I mean, like as you were saying, that it's a different era, you know what I mean? And I feel like they made the NFL so much more like finicky. They're like more red flags. They can't hit them a certain way, and I know they're trying to keep the players from being injured, but it's I feel like it's almost touch football. I mean, I might be going pretty far with that, but just some things that they can't do nowadays that that they could back in the season. Back in back in the days with NFL. So it's hard to always compare new to the old. I mean, I've never like really looked into his style to compare to the new guy, but I'm pretty sure that like they had two different styles of playing football. So
yeah, I agree. I think there's still a little bit more work to be done until we can point it to Andre Johnson and say that's kind of a Collins reflection. So how do y'all think that tight end Dalton Schultz is going to perform in his second season with Houston? He did pretty well as a safety net for Stroud. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he'll do in the second season. What do y'all think?
Oh yeah, I most definitely think he's gonna be beneficial again, in this second one coming up for him. And just with all this new Texans, man, their roster is big right now. Like they have a lot of good tools for them from offense and defense. So he's gonna be effective on both ends.
What do you think, Brian?
Just check it out. I just kind of like looked up his stats. I mean, dude is pretty good at 59 catches, 635 yards for 5 touchdowns, and they just extended it for 36 mil. So I mean, they think he has to be doing something for him because it's nice to see just the Texans. I'm not, even though I'm a Dallas player, but it's nice to see all the players. I mean, all the teams that don't get a lot of shine and been like 10th place and 9th place get players that put them in a limelight so they can get the same, so they can't get the same big name or just shine as some of the bigger players. So his records, I mean, him as a tight end, he's among 33 and 40 target. He's ranked 11th in pro football receiving grades, 7th in average target depth. So he's a great player. So I think they did pretty good with this one. They're kind of hoping that, as you guys were saying, that it continues into next season, and they do have another good season with the team that they have.
Yeah. It looks like we're at about time. So
yeah. So we're definitely going to continue. But like I said, Brian, we appreciate you for joining our show, man. Do you have any comments or anything you want to shout out, businesses or anything like that?
Yeah, I just wanted to
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.